Hi, Ayanna.
Hey, hello. How we doing?
I am good. How are you
I
doing?
love to hear.
Thank you. I did it myself, just to look some cane roll. You just add the little something to them, to make it look
Of
fancy and
course, you
nice.
have to
Even
add
when
your
the cane roll,
gems. Yes.
even when the cane roll don't look like it's too right, but it just make it oomph up and then just some clip-ons. So
Oh, those are
yes.
clip-ons? Nice.
Mm-hmm. So I
Okay.
don't sleep with this at nighttime.
Of course not.
Because I cannot be bothered. When I do my hair, I'm miserable when I have to sleep with big hair.
Oh, I like that too. I don't like tying head to go to bed and thing. I'm not familiar with
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. So how are you? How are you doing?
Girl, I'm good. Let me just put it that way, right? Every time I'm always good, right?
All right,
Just
that's
started not
good.
too long
Because
ago.
you have school plus two girls. So
Yeah, I have school,
time.
I have work, I have
Oh my
business.
God. Exactly.
Yes, and I have two girls. And as of today, I have the need for 4 new tires. That just
Oh, snow
happened.
tires?
I do have snow tires, but I had an incident today, and now I have to
Oh.
change all four. So
Oh God, all
fun
four.
stuff. Fun stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah.
A little tidbit, I'm not sure if that will help you. Last year we had to get snow tires and I did not have a budget for that. We did not have a budget for that. I went to Canadian Tire and we just got them on a payment plan.
God bless you and the entire family line because this.
Yeah.
Let me
Like
tell you
right now we're
something.
paying like $50 a month over the next 24 months. So I think we have like 1 year left to just pay $50 a month and then we'll be done with it.
Canada Tire is going to see me in the morning because
Yes.
the price I just heard there this afternoon.
Exactly.
When they gave me
Exactly.
the price, I told the lady, okay, have a good night. She's just like, it's still afternoon. Him in the after what you just said. It is good night for me. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. No, I definitely hope Canadian Tire works out for you because trust me, the most they'll do, they're just gonna push their credit card
Yeah,
for you to do the payment plan.
right.
But it's worth it because all you have to do is just pay that money on the credit card and that's it. Like
That's it.
nothing else.
Yeah, I think that
Hmm.
might be the option because when I came, everybody's just like, oh, make sure you get winter tires, when you're buying a vehicle. And I did the responsible thing, and I made sure. But I didn't think of what if I had to change them?
Exactly.
How much would
Exactly.
that cost me? You know?
And
So
then the good thing is that in this season, when you get the credit card, sometimes they give you Canadian Tire dollars, which is like equal to regular dollars, and you can
oh,
use that money and install the tires.
nice, right?
Just giving you
You
all the
see,
tips.
look at that, right? Thank God for you, I girl.
No problem at all. We're here to help each other. So
Yes.
let's jump right into it. You can introduce yourself because I know you can talk for yourself, so I will even try to introduce you.
Okay, well, hello to everyone who's on. And if you don't know me, my name is Ayanna Caesar. I am an efficiency coach for mompreneurs, CEO moms, and busy moms. And what that means is that I help and teach them how to be able to find symmetry and harmony between business, home, and everything else through time management. That is my special zone of genius because I too am exactly who I'm trying to help.
No, because when I saw what you do, I'm like, okay, I need to book a session with you because I have a problem, right? I see everything. I love being an entrepreneur. Like that's just my thing. At the age of, let me say 8, you know those little Avon packets that came with like the perfume sample?
Want to scratch on the
Yeah,
slip? Yeah.
yeah, And then you put. I used to sell those at 8.
Wow. Wow.
I got them in barrels. And then I was like, what are we going to do with all of this? Even the little makeup ones, that you just peel off the plastic. And
That
people
was
would buy it for $5, $10, right? And people would buy it. So I'm a hustler. I
You
love
have that
everything that,
entrepreneurial spirit.
yeah. So like everything I can do, I will do it. Since
Yes.
coming to Canada, my skin scratch me every time I see something I can do and I want to do.
Yeah.
And I have that problem where I keep just trying to do everything. So I have poor time management, I can admit. I have poor time management, and it's a problem. So even right now, as I said, I wasn't even playing any kind of music that would get strict for strike for copyright because I'm like, I don't have the time to edit this because I'm doing Vlogmas, right? And
Yeah,
I have on an apron because I was filming something for Vlogmas
yeah,
tomorrow, and it's like, okay, yeah, I haven't cooked dinner. My
right.
son needs to have a bath,
Yeah.
and it's like 8:10 Eastern Standard Time, but I'm surviving. I'm
Well, I
surviving.
have to say, let me just let you know, because most moms like you don't admit they have a time management problem. So kudos to you. And I tell
Yeah,
you that from the amount
that's
of
good.
different moms that they have every other excuse for why things just not working out. Nobody ever wants to admit, because I don't know why, but there is this negative stigma against saying, "Oh, I have bad time management." It's
Hmm.
okay. It's, you know,
Everybody just wants to seem like they have it all together. I
yeah,
think
and
that's
you
the
don't.
problem.
You don't. You
Hmm.
really don't have to
Exactly.
have it all together. Like for a long time, I was also one of those persons where I felt like, okay, I need to have it together. And if you had asked me years ago, like, do you think you need to work on your time management? I'd be like, let me tell you something. You need to mind your cotton picking business. Right? Like, so I get it. So that's why I'm never like really too harsh on moms, like when they don't want to admit that they have time management. I have my special way of bringing it around to make
Yeah,
you feel like it's not time management, but it's really a time management they're helping you with. So it's good that you have acknowledged that. It is a common issue because the reality is nobody has ever really taught us how to manage our times as moms.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
we were young women, and you know, you do your thing on your own time and you do what you have to, less responsibilities, and then boom, one day you become a mommy. And for some of us, you became a mommy at the same time that you were actually a wife, and
Hmm.
have so many other things working for you in business as well too. Or some of us build that entrepreneurial spirit even more when we become moms. So it just end up being so many things pile at the same time. And we know that being a mommy is not just being a mommy. It also means being a doctor, being a teacher, being a best friend, being a someone,
Exactly.
being a right, being a plastic toy sometimes. You have to be everything, you know.
Yes.
So it
So
requires a lot.
how did you manage before, you became the efficiency coach? Back in the day when you were with, your two girls and you had to be a mommy and you do everything with your girls and you have to go to work and, did you have a business as well in Trinidad?
So let me just give a little background, right? And this is why I ended up doing what I'm doing now, right? So my two children are exactly dead on 1 year apart. They were born on the very
Oh,
same day, 1 year apart, right?
one exact
Dead on.
same day.
Exact same day, dead on. I did not plan it for anybody asking. It was just a very good time in my life.
I
Right?
get you.
Okay, so I had my two girls. I was always just like you, very entrepreneurial mind before even becoming a mother, right? So I always had these little odds and ends, little hustles that I was doing before. And so when I met my husband back then, he was also very much into business as well. We were very good business partners together. And then baby number one came. And baby number one came at the time I think I was actually studying my bachelor's at that time, right? So I put it off because it's like, okay, I have my first baby, but I was still running. I'm trying to remember exactly what business I had back then. I had so
Mhm.
many businesses, eh? But so then
I
she came,
understand.
and there is a stage of having babies where you're very consumed with the baby, right? That's the early stages. Your whole life is very much consumed with the baby.
And we feel like we need to do everything.
Ah, right. And then I was like, okay, one baby, this is perfect. I'm so happy with one child. And God said, ha, watch this. God said, Angel, hold my drink. Right? Baby number two came while I was studying. So I was doing studying still. I had two under two. We had just expanded a business that my husband and I had together. And then I was also a full-time employee as well. So I
Oh,
was an employee, I was studying, I had the two girls, and then I was running our businesses. We had three businesses at that time. Let me
oh.
tell you all something. I am surprised that I still had a full head of hair because
Three businesses, two kids. You're
under
also
two,
a wife
a wife
and
and
a full-time employee
and a student.
and a it took away all my five fingers and then went to the next hand. That's a lot. That's a lot. I
So
couldn't even manage. I could not. I could not.
so when I couldn't, the reality is I was not managing. Something was falling behind. And so it started affecting things in terms of either business. I was not as reliable in business. I lost really good opportunities because I was always late,
Okay.
or because I was overwhelmed. So I was forgetting deadlines, right? It messed up things with my job. It was, they kind of just get accustomed to, oh my God, that's Ayanna, right? So it
That's
was
nice.
like too much, like where work was concerned. They were just like, oh my God, she's like, when is she relieving us? 10 o'clock is the time to relieve. She'll get here like 11. Like everybody was just like, we just know, we just know, right? But then it really affected business, but then more so, it affected my marriage.
Yeah.
The extent where I felt like I was trying to be, I did not, because the girls were so long, I was not sparing any attention away from them. If you understand where I come from. So any
Yep.
little
Yep.
time that I had to give attention, it was all going into them. Right.
Yep.
So I was trying to be this boss, business owner. I thought being supportive to my husband in the business was enough for my marriage. Big lie. Right? Because I really wasn't nurturing the relationship that is at the time, right? So
Yes.
I was so focused on, okay, we have business to do, I have to study, I have to go to work, and make sure the children get all the time with me. And so it different at different seasons, it affected different parts. So when I started to focus on my marriage, it was falling apart with work. Or when I started focusing on the business and everything else, the children fall by the wayside. So it was really, really hard trying to do it all. And I had to come to a place to realize that I do not actually have to do it all. There's a smart way to do things. So when people ask me, like I had a conversation today with my sister, and I tell her, I was like, I am no longer working hard. People could say what they want. They could make it sound like it's so funny to them that, why would you say you will never see me working hard again?
Yeah.
But you will
Smart.
see me working smart. And
Working
that was
smart.
the way
Yep.
that I use my time. And so I just feel
Okay.
like a lot of us as mommies, we really just miss the mark where that is concerned. Is the biggest solution to the biggest problems.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and that's why I call myself the efficiency coach, because that's the smart way of doing things.
Yes.
If you
Being
want,
efficient.
being efficient is a smart way of doing things. So that's why I focus heavily on the time management side of it. It's not just about me telling you reach on time, get there on time, wake up on time, but it's me showing you how to make the moving parts of your life work for you. Like, we are a very rare kind of women. We're a very rare kind of being. That is moms who want to be in business. We're very rare,
Yeah.
very special, unique. And so something has to be unique and tailored for us. Nobody could make a system for us unless if they need the system themselves.
That's true. That's
So
true. Very true.
basically what I focus on. But at that time, girl, it was crazy for me. I was like, oh, and let me tell you what ended up happening. I wasn't taking care of myself.
Because that's what I was about to ask you. If you have like one baby turning one while the other one was being born, how was your mental space, your self-care, everything, your physical health, mental health, like, yeah, like,
Listen, not to mention that I probably was depressed for 6 months of
exactly.
that second pregnancy, because I only found out about that second pregnancy when I was already 3 months.
Oh,
Funny story, I went to the doctor to do the Mirena so that I would not have another child. And he was like, oh, you can't do this. Wow, here you go. Here's
not
another
the
baby.
surprise I was looking for.
Right? So I was probably very much depressed for that second pregnancy. I really just wasn't in the best mind space mentally, emotionally, because I was just like, how the hell am I even going to do this?
Yeah.
Right? I really left myself for last for a very long time. I think I maybe started taking care of me maybe when the girls were like 5.
Wow. Yeah.
Those 5 years, 4 to 5
When they
years.
start to get like more independent.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
if I could go back, I would have changed it definitely, because I wasn't taking care of myself, and it was like this never-ending spiral because it messed with my mental,
Yep.
and then my confidence level, and my confidence level will affect my marriage. It will affect my business, the way that I operate in
I'm
business.
happy you said that. Last week, I brought up the fact that they were saying that a lot of women start suffering from low self-esteem. Not all, but a lot start suffering from low self-esteem from in pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Then, when the low self-esteem goes over into afterbirth now, um, that turns into postpartum, depression. It
Mm-hmm.
might not be extreme postpartum depression, but it can also be mild. And
Yeah,
then we're just stuck in this depressed funk of like
it's just
it's
like a
just
cycle.
there and you
What's
can't shake it.
You can't
And
pick it.
I was in that space for a very long time. Like only recently I started telling my fiance like, yo, I literally start feeling different. And that's since like, can I say September, October?
Mm-hmm.
It's now December. Like since my son was born, COVID came on top of that, and like like only since this year, I really can see a change in myself where like I'm making an effort to stay happy. Like
Yeah,
I'm really making because like when I'm not happy, it takes away from everything that I'm doing. Like
everything
I
you do.
can't be bothered. I
Yeah.
just want to sit and watch TV or listen music and just wallow in my sorrow.
Yeah,
Like
no,
only
I'm
reason,
so glad
yeah.
you say that, because I don't think
Hmm.
people really understand. And don't get me wrong, Natalia, I also believe that there is also a time that you actually need to do that, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
But there is so much. I don't think there's enough emphasis on how easily you could slip into that dark place and stay there for a very long time after having children. We are
Exactly.
so very fragile as women when you go through, because trying to understand what your body is experiencing, the change your body has experienced, and still not even knowing how you're going to deal with parenting, because nobody has ever taught you how to parent. Nobody can. There is no
Yeah.
handbook for it to be a mom, right?
Hmm.
And you just never know. Children are like a big surprise. You don't know what you're going to get when you get them, right? What you're going to have
Exactly.
to deal with.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so you just don't know. It's almost like there is a high level of anxiety of what are you going to expect when this child comes. And then things arise that you never prepare for. Like it's a very fragile time for women with newborns.
One second.
Mhm.
Kimola, probably you need to press the volume up button or you can come off the live, click a video to turn on the sound and then come back on the live. Sometimes it kind of, Instagram kind of funny like that. But yeah, sorry. You can go
Yeah,
ahead,
no,
Ayanna.
that's fine. Yeah. And so it's a very fragile time, and I don't think that we really, I don't know if there is enough knowledge out there to help, like, let me say how to say help. Spouses, partners to help spouses to help mothers when they're going through that. Like after you've had a baby, I don't think men know what to do to be of support. But then I also feel
Hmm.
like I don't know if men can be of
You
support.
know, I think the issue is with moms after like there's this picture. I found it the other day and I still don't remember to share it. It's showing like the man saying, "Are you okay?"
Mm-hmm.
And in her head, there's like this big thought bubble going behind her head. She's like, "I'm tired. I want a nap. The baby needs to be fed. I want a bath. I want to relax. I want to go for a walk. I want to go out for drinks. I want to do this. I want to do
Yeah,
that." You want to do everything, but that's all up here. And then it just came out and just said,
I'm okay.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm good. So it's like I don't think we vocalize it enough for the
Mm-hmm.
men to
To
know
really
what's
understand.
actually going on. Except for the men who actually know and the woman vocalize and they just don't do anything, except for those men. But like really and truly, I found myself not talking up enough. I was like, no, I'm okay because I felt it was my duty to do everything. So
Everything.
he was crying, it was
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
He needs to be fed, it was me, even though I pumped milk, right?
Yeah.
So it was like I think that's where as moms sometimes we kind of falter. Instead of like speaking up, we just try
We
kind of
ex
internalize stuff.
because we feel we have to do it. I was having a life with somebody and I was explaining to them, for me, it's not that anybody told me that I had to do it all, right? And I just want that to be clear, even though there are people who get that pressure, that family members, Caribbean in particularly, right? That you know it's your child, you have to make a child, you have to take care of your child. Pumpkin never too big for the vine, and let's get all the line, right?
Yeah.
But I feel for me particularly, I felt a sense of I had to do it all because that is what I saw. That was the example that I saw growing up. And so I felt like, okay, if I don't do it like that, I'm not being a good mom. So
I wonder if that goes back to what it was for me too, because my mother did everything for us.
I think
My
so.
mother was literally doing every single thing for us. So
I
yeah,
think so.
like
I also remembered her. I don't know my mom having friends or going out or having lines with girlfriends. I don't know that. That's not what I knew. I didn't copy that though. I didn't. Right, but I I watched her. The example of what I knew motherhood to be was a very sacrificial way of love, even if it meant she leaving herself behind. And so I found when I became a mom that I did exactly that. I copied in her footprints. I ended up just leaving myself behind because I felt that was the only way that I had to do it to be a good mommy. It's not that anybody
yeah.
said that to me, but that's what I saw by example. And so I had to identify that, okay, that may have been the way that she did it, because she had her reasons for why she did it the way she did. So a lot of open communication is important as well too, because I found where the root of my thought was. And I had discussions with her to try to find out, well, you know, why you did things the way that you did. And she was like that for reasons completely different. You know what I mean? And sometimes we just watch things and we copy it and we go with it and we don't know what's the story behind it. I don't know if you ever heard there was a story of some people in a village or something like that, and every year they would cook this chicken in this specific pot. And it was a tradition that went on, and that's the way that you do it. And one
Hmm.
year somebody was like, why you all keep putting this big chicken in this little pot? And I was like, no, that's how we just do it years after years. When they checked back, the reason the chicken was cooking in the little pot was because the big pot broke or something, and the grandmother back then,
Wow.
that's all she had. And so she used that. You know, so
So you're
sometimes
sticking to something just because of
just because
inconvenience.
sometimes we emulate things that we see and don't understand the genesis behind it, it doesn't necessarily mean to take it forward, to go with it.
Exactly.
You know, it
Exactly.
just was in that situation. They used what they had based on what they were going through to deal with it. So, I always tell moms, you create the rhythm of your own parenting. You know, you create that rhythm. Don't put pressure on yourself. Don't try to emulate anybody. You pick the pace of how you want to be a mother, right? I don't judge myself. I do not measure myself to any other parent. You know,
Mm-hmm.
every
Yep.
parent
I
is
said that
different.
last week. Yeah, because I'm sure a lot of us really do that where we just compare ourselves to, oh, that mom really looks like she has everything under control.
Mhm.
I need to look at her more to see what she's doing. And I mean, sometimes I kind of find myself going like, how do they have it all together? Because, I just feel like I don't have it all together because my child does not eat.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
while a mom can go to a restaurant with their child, they can go on date night and have their child to the side, with crayons and everything else, and they're
Yeah,
just having a ball. My child, no.
it's a no.
By the time he sees the crayon on the paper, he's like, okay, whatever. What are you guys doing? Like, I want to see what you
I
guys
want to
are
be with
doing.
you guys. This
The
is the
big
fun.
kids table, no, none of that, please. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I do get caught up in that, but I don't know. I try not to. Let me just hop in these comments. Bruce Diamond said, LMAO, if she can't hear anything, pretty sure she didn't hear what you said to fix it. That is so true. I did not think about that. Why did I not think about that?
Yeah.
Pretty can say, that is me. I'm okay, my husband to death. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They're
Bruce
very
Diamond
guilty.
say, I wonder where this need to do it all comes from. Almost every mom I speak to feels the same. I don't know.
This is
I think
somebody
it's
said.
just, is it nature?
Somebody said people do tell you as soon as you get pregnant that your life will not be yours anymore when the baby comes, and I feel like we run with that. That is very true.
I think so too.
That's very
Like
true.
Like they just speak that over us and we just absorb it.
And you know what? I have been guilty of telling people that in the past too. Like when kids call me, that's the end of it. Like they take up your whole brain space. But I meant it in a way of no matter how much you want, everything you think of is regarding these
Yes,
children. Every
yes,
decision that you're about to make, you always consider them,
surrounds them.
right? Everything, and they take up your brain space. So whether you want to or not, they're in your mind 24/7, you know. Um,
Yeah,
but I don't think that's necessarily a negative thing. I don't think your life is over. I think your life has now moved to another stage. You've gone through a new
exactly.
stage of life. And so we have to kind of look at it that way. You were saying something about sometimes you feel like you look at other moms and you're wondering, like, how do they have it together? I have had many times people are like, oh my God, I don't know, how do you do it? Like, how do you have it all together? And I always respond, I don't. I don't. It's catfish. This is catfish. I don't, you know. Because, and I say that because I don't want anybody feeling as though, oh my God, there's a way to, you know, be perfect at it. Perfection is in the eyes of the person creating the perfection when it comes to parenting. So
Yep,
whatever works is perfect for you, that's your perfection.
yep,
There's no one
exactly.
way to be a really good mom. There's no one
Because all
way.
kids have different needs.
All kids,
So
I have
it's like,
two. And even though they're born on the same day, they have two different needs.
no, that literally blows my mind that them born 1 year apart and the
Yeah, yeah.
same day. Damn. Kimola say, I tell for my husband exactly how I feel. I stress out, I go run away, take a picnic them. She said, tired of you and you picnic them. And I make my husband know say him not get another child out of me. And if him put more in there, me I go poison him. Kimola.
Ebola.
No. In all honesty, I was never a one and done before having my son. I am a one and done. Not currently. In 2021, December, I feel like I am a one and done.
Well, girl, I
Because
have,
I feel like if I have another child, I will lose it.
yeah. Well, girl, let me tell you, I have heard better cocks crow, i.e. me. I was a one and done. I
That
was a
no,
one and done.
I don't like. Oh my God, I don't know. I do not. You see, if my mother was here, which I mean, we're working to get her here, but you see, if my mother is here,
It would make things
that would kind
easy.
of ease, like, yeah, because I think in the beginning, anyways, like we felt it was okay. I mean, she wanted grandkids too, so it was like, it was okay to have a child because I know that she would always be there for support. And then you
Mm-hmm.
moved to Canada, and it's like, shit. I mean, she did have him for a whole year, thank the Lord,
Yeah,
while we came to Canada. So
you play fresh and
that
pick up yourself and go on.
exactly. So it's like getting him last year and kind of integrating him in our new lives here, that was also tough in a sense
Mm-hmm.
because the expenses with daycare, everything, it's like, oh my
Yeah,
God. But
it's a
yeah,
transition. It's a big
hold
transition.
on. Rush Paul say, one and done over here.
Plenty one and
Punchline
done. I
moves.
don't want to hear about all the rest, eh? I want to know all your
Punch.
good. Let me write down
Punchline
all them
will
one
say,
and
yeah.
done names.
Besides, will say, yeah, I'm not feeling another child right now either. My daughter is a piece of work. Cupcake girl said, one and done. Kelly said, you better tell the doc that planning.
Like people ask me now, they say, oh my God, like people, there's another pressure with that when you have a child. Oh my God, you have a boy. So when you're going for the girl,
For the girl.
right? So I
Yes.
started,
Hmm.
like for me, because I have two girls, people are always like, okay, when you're going for the boy. So whenever I meet people, I introduce them. These are my two children, Alpha and Omega, beginning and end.
Yes. Somebody actually said that. Rosamond said two and done for
Two and
now.
done for
LOL.
now. Because I
Tina
have a
said one and done.
philosophy. I have a philosophy, and I told my husband that before. I told him before, I said, I have a philosophy that children must never outnumber the parents. right?
That's
Unfortunately, my
so
husband is
funny.
not with us anymore, so I am
Like he
outnumbered.
passed away?
Yes, he passed in
Oh wow.
2019. Yeah.
Oh wow. So yeah, that got tougher for you then, you know,
Yeah, so it's
having the two
even tougher
girls.
for me. Where I going with our next child, girl? Where I going with
Yeah,
where
yeah.
somebody asked me, I don't want to boy him and I where selling at the grocery have it in plasticine because that's the only way I bring in a boy.
Exactly. Oh Lord, no. Like, yeah, I don't know. Boys are a piece of work too. I'm sure girls are a piece of work, but like my son, oh God. And then we live in an apartment. We're new to Canada, and the walls are thin, and the floor is basically thin. So him can't jump, and if he's screaming and crying and bawling out him throat, it's like everybody in the building going here, and it's like Rifa Marshall said I ended up with three boys. Oh my
Ooh,
God.
girl, may the good Lord
I
bless you, girl.
sympathize. I sympathize with you
I added
because
it to my prayer list tonight. It really
no.
is
Oh my
amazing. Their
God.
children are so, so different. But I have to say, they are the biggest blessings in my life.
They are.
I
They
do
are.
not, without a shadow of a doubt, I do not regret having my children. As stressful as it was at the time,
Hmm.
um, I remember my first daughter, she was going to get her shot. I think she probably was like about a year and a, well, she wasn't a year yet. She was about 9 months. And I was taking her to get her shot in the clinic. And I was pregnant, very pregnant, of course, and
Hmm.
6 or 7 months. And I remember a lady walked up to me and she was just like, "Oh my God," she's just like, she said, when they get older, you'll be happy you have your children like that. It gets easier with time. I watched that woman with such a cut eye. I was like, lady, I could barely get through the fact that it have one in my belly right now. You tell me
Exactly.
about it will get easier with time and I'll be happy I had them together. Like, let it move. Get away. Get away. Right? So, I, at that time, I felt, because she said she had her kids like that a year apart, right? And I'm not lying to tell you now, Natalya, the girls are now 9 and 8.
Hmm.
She was completely right.
That's
She
awesome.
was completely right. As I watched them grow together, I'm like, I am done. Look at God. Look
Yes.
at God. Look how
Yes.
God
And they're
just,
independent. And if they're hungry, you can say, go make
independent.
some cereal.
They have
Or
company for each other.
that too. Yeah, that
Like
too.
nobody
Yeah.
bothers me. God is
Yes.
good. God is good. Like look at God coming through for me, boy. Wow.
Oh boy. Stacia Archer Clark said, boy, mom of four. It's a full-time job. Boy, mom of four. You know, all of them can be troublemakers. That's what I have to tell myself. All of them can be troublemakers. Probably like one, and then you don't have the good one, and then you have the one that probably go with the bad one, and then you have then they know with the first one, you have the other one that go with the
See,
other
that's
one
too
that's not
much
a
for me.
troublemaker.
That's too much for me. That's too much for me. Like I need to know, is that you good or you bad? Like I feel like yeah.
Rose Diamond said, girls are just as much work. Lol, well, mine. Kimola says, sorry guys, I left for a while. My best friend just called me, said she got her PR. Oh, that's
Ooh,
awesome.
congrats to your
Awesome
friend.
news. And then my brother, Soprano P, him have a whole Mama Mondays in his head. And I'm supposed to say it, not him. And I just don't want to look like an idiot. But anyways, Creepy Cam say, I hate when people say it gets easier with time. Like which time? When? I want to know when the time is. Rachel say, I think it gets easier just with different challenges as
As
they
they
grow.
grow, definitely.
That's so true.
Definitely.
Kimola say, my kids are 7 years apart, 9 and 3. Funny enough, that doesn't sound bad to me. Like, I think I could do that. 7 years apart. But you know what you just said a while ago sounds so great. Like, they have each other for company. They can hang out together in the future. But like,
And a line to tell you, Natalia, it's good now. Now.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
it's good.
exactly. Yeah,
Now.
before,
For the
yeah.
first 3 to maybe 4 years, I was losing my mind. Right? Right? So I was losing my mind. Like I kid you not. I was losing my mind. I saw somebody was talking about it different challenges as they grow. That
Hmm.
is 1000% true. Because even when I tell moms like how to manage their time, it will be different in the different stages. Because when they
Exactly.
are babies and toddlers, they need more of your time within that time, right? Because remember, you're building that foundation there, that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
When my first daughter, if I were to explain their personalities, my first daughter is very much like how her father was, very quiet, reserved, nice child, very obedient, she sweetheart. The second one, I don't know who she's like, but I don't know who she's like. I will not be claiming that. But that second
Oh
child, she
god.
definitely has her own definition of who she is. She
Uh-huh.
is when she walks through the door. Here, what's happening? Is the world revolving around me? It better had. She has a totally different temperament, and so I found like it was difficult with her in toddler stages because she just wasn't taking what you had to say. Like, you can't tell me don't do something. I need to know why.
Yes.
If that's your why, give me an example of when somebody did that and it didn't work out. She's always been that type.
Really?
Purposely, and I remember her having a full-on meltdown for me when she was younger over peanut
Mm-hmm.
punch.
Why?
She used to drink peanut punch. We used to buy peanut punch all the time. She loved it, but she used to call it milk drink, right? We call it milk drink, but we know it's
Mm-hmm.
peanut punch. We
Mm-hmm.
went into the store there, and this little girl said she wanted a milk drink, and I was like, okay, I'll get a peanut punch for you. And she's like, no, I want
Milk
peanut
drink.
punch. I want milk drink. And I was just like,
Yeah, milk drink.
but this is the
Milk.
peanut punch is the milk drink, and she had a whole blow up there, right? And so if it's not something like what she knows or it's not what she wants, like we just had another episode like that yesterday with her. This is like 5 years
Oh.
later. For this, but now she expresses herself more with words, right? Sometimes I can't
Okay.
take it. I just can't. But
Yeah.
it's different as they grow with ages. Back then, it would have just been like a milk drink. Now she wants me to explain, I don't appreciate when you raise your voice at me. It doesn't make me feel good. She speaks to me like that,
Okay.
like, mommy, I understand you're stressed out, but I just feel like you shouldn't have to shout.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
hard. That's
Got it.
hard. The Trini parent in me, it's hard,
Yeah.
very hard to deal with that, very, very hard. Or things
Yeah.
like, so mommy, babies come from, when two people are in love and they ignite. The conversations used to be when two people fall in love, the love waters the seed of the baby in the mommy. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
lovely story. Now it's not that. Definitely not that. And I'm like, oh, I can't. I can't do this. I can't do this. Like,
They're at that age of curiosity.
it's a different thing because she comes asking about menstrual cycle. What's
Mm.
the role that has to play in a baby? And it's like, why are we having these conversations? Don't we want to watch like YouTube? Like, we can't watch like shows. There's different challenges for different ages, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
It's no lie. It just gets different this time, and then you're learning this new individual. So when
Yes.
they're toddlers, you don't know who they are, what they're going to develop into. They're learning themselves as well too, and then as they grow, they kind of get a little bit more into themselves. So like for me, when you talk about time management, for me, mommy time, that is in particular, my girls have a better understanding of how important personal time is for me now. As
Okay.
toddlers, it would have been a lot difficult to explain it to the extent
Mm-hmm.
that I do now. And so back then, you would have to show them more than you have to tell them. You understand? So children do very well with routine. I always say that. And so when
Yes.
they are toddlers, because they're so
I
impressionable
wish I
by that,
took routine more seriously. I'm
yeah.
still trying now, but it's way more harder now because he's more opinionated now.
How old is he now?
3. He's gonna be 4 in January.
You still have plenty. You
Yes.
still.
Yes.
But if you tell me 8 and that's a girl, It's still
Oh,
creativity.
God. Let me read these comments. Rose Diamond said, I can't wait for it to get easier. Right now, I feel like I'm drowning sometimes with them being so close. Oh,
How
wow.
old
Yeah,
are
I
her
can't
kids?
even.
How old are her kids? I would love to
I think
give.
she just had one. Her youngest daughter was born this year, I think, earlier this year. And I think her other daughter is probably two. Hopefully, she's going to come in. When she come in, we can go for that. A. Marie said, my one 3-year-old girl makes me feel like I have 5 kids running around. Maybe
Well,
when she's 6 or 7, I'm gonna try for the boy.
she's brave.
Scott 24 said, I have 2 boys, 7 and 4 months. My 7-year-old helps out a lot. Yeah, he's at that age where they want to
He will
learn how
help,
to do
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kisky said, I want to hear more about the time management aspect, especially with two under two. Oh God.
Who's done? Somebody
Kelly
said
said
that?
she just like you. She said, I want to hear more about the time management aspect, especially with the two under two.
Right.
So how you actually did that. Yeah.
Okay, so
Cupcake girl said, just admit she is like you.
who said that? Who said
Yes,
that? Get them off the
Cupcake
live.
girl. And
Get them,
Kelly's too.
get them off the live. Get them off the live. Don't need no negative vibes there. Get them off.
Yeah, so your time management, yeah, with
Okay,
two under two.
so like one of the things that I think within that time, so guys, let me just be clear with you all. When they were two under two, my time management was a mess. So let me just
Mm-hmm.
let you know now it was a mess. But now when I try to teach moms, like when I look back, what I could have done differently, I'm very big on telling people to give everything its place, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so what that necessary, that's literally the foundation. What that means, this very same way that we teach our children that, okay, this is where your shoes belong, this is where your clothes belong, this is where your toys belong. Now when you finish
Mm-hmm.
pack away your toys, you need to put away your shoes. It's the very same thing with your time. And so I need you to identify, these are the times that I'm going to spend for myself. This is the time that I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to focus on my family. These are the times that I'm going to focus on business, school, or whatever the case is. You have to identify those times based on how, most important thing is listen to your body.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you when is the best time for you to focus on your home because you live your life every day. So pay
Yeah.
attention to your habits. You will know when your family needs you. Those are the times that you identify for family things. When I say give everything its place, I'm also a very big advocate for saying do not multitask. Multitask is the number one thing that makes us counterproductive. I know.
I heard you say that the other day on your live, and I was like, oh my God, that is so true. I try to multitask because they always say that, yeah, women are good multitaskers, but
Mhm.
it makes me so tired.
Ah, and I'm glad you said it because anybody who has done maybe either my boot camp or my course right now or has been in any of my training sessions or even my master class, when you work multitask, if I could explain to you and give you an analogy, if
Mm-hmm.
you had um, a remote control that needed, let us say, double A batteries to function the way it works well with double A batteries because it pulls a certain amount of voltage to get this remote to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you are a triple A. You put
Mm-hmm.
a triple A battery in a double A required remote. The remote is going to pull double A level of voltage
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
from a triple A.
Mm-hmm.
Multitasking is exactly that. When you
Yeah.
put all these things in your brain to do at the same time, you cause the remote, which is your brain, to pull more energy from you than it requires. Multitasking does that. So guess what happens? A AAA battery with a AA battery might last in the remote for a month. When you use
Mm-hmm.
AAA in it, it ends up working only for a week.
Yep.
That's
Yep. So
exactly
true.
what happens with multitasking. So you
So
are
true.
actually running your body down faster multitasking because the duties that you're trying to do all at once require more energy, more time, and you are trying to do it in a shorter time with less energy. Waiting going to happen,
Yeah. No,
right?
that's so true. Like, yeah, because things always, as you said before, you have family life. So you have kids, you have a partner, you have your full-time job,
Mm-hmm.
you have your business on the side. And that's definitely, like as mompreneurs and you have that going on, everything needs its individual attention.
Everything needs
And
it.
next season, because this will eventually end after 10 episodes. Next season, I'm definitely going to talk about the fourth trimester and sexual intimacy with
Oh,
moms.
yeah.
Because what we really don't love to talk about is that we ignore our partners so much because we're like, oh, the kids, they really do need us. Oh, the job, we need to
Really
get
do
this
need it.
done.
Yeah.
And then, oh, yeah, the business, I need to do that. Oh, are you hungry? I can cook.
Yeah. And then when it comes
But
to
we
sex, like,
don't spend time. We don't, that little intimacy level that we should be having with our partners. Like, I'm very guilty. Like, we have to really start calling ourselves out on that because, like, yeah, for real, I cannot multitask.
yeah,
And, like, since coming to Canada,
it has gotten
takeout.
worse.
Takeout
Yeah.
is my best friend. Like,
Yeah.
that might happen tonight because, as I said, we were recording, like, my fiance and I were recording a video a while ago for a video tomorrow. And it's like, that needs to be edited to go up. So, when am I going to cook? Right? It's now
Yeah.
8:51. When is that going to happen?
And
um,
so if I were to ask you what your day would look like, it would be a little of everything all day.
yeah,
And so when the
yeah,
night comes, you are extremely tired that you can't
yeah,
even give time into intimacy. I know
exactly.
because I was real guilty of rain check. We can do a rain check tonight.
Yeah.
I'll check it back.
Yeah. And then when
Yeah.
you promise and it's like, and then
Yeah. And then
he's
I'm
like,
like,
"Oh, I'm sorry."
I
And
told you to
yeah,
tell me today, and I'll be like, I said that. I told you today, you should sit there next week. I have been very guilty of it, right? So I know, right? But
Rose Diamond say yes. Older daughter is 2, and the little baby is 9 months.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
she said, yeah, they want to hear. Somebody said, I want to hear more about time management aspect for toddlers as well. I basically just get things done at nap time and at night after bedtime. That's not bad though.
no.
That's not bad. I'll say why. I watched a video. What's her name? I think she's Emily Norris. Like she's a big mommy blogger kind of
Okay.
thing. And like she suggested that she does that every night before school or daycare the next day. She pack out everybody clothes because she has like 4 boys. She pack
Right.
out everybody clothes. She pack out the easy part of the lunch. So I do that whenever I have time.
Right.
I pack up like the snacks that won't,
Yeah,
go
right.
bad overnight, that kind of thing. And, you pick out the outfits, you do that kind of thing. You kind of just clean up. And as you said before, you teach them. Everybody needs to clean up after themselves too.
That's
So if
right.
it's a toddler, really teach them. Put your shoes, I'm really trying to do that with my son too. Put your shoes in the shoes box, put your socks in the socks box. When we
Mm-hmm.
come home, we stay at the stairs, no matter how long it might take. It might take 20 minutes.
But let them
Take
get
off
into
your
it.
jacket, take
Mm-hmm.
off your snow pants, take off your pants, take off your
Right.
shirt, because eventually they will learn that routine where they will just do everything on their own.
Mm-hmm.
I think it goes along to the Montessori model where they
Yes,
try
it's a
to really make
Montessori
them
model.
independent. Yeah.
Independency, right.
Mhm.
So what I was going back to say, because
Yeah.
they wanted with the time management, right? So most of us as moms, we wait until after everybody's in bed and then you clean up, right? That's fine, but it should never affect your sleep.
Okay.
So if you work with me, I am very big on making sure that you get to sleep. So if anybody's listening and you want little tidbits, I'm going to give you some notes here. It is important for you to get between 6 to 8 hours of sleep before you even try to manage your time in the day. No, listen, bless all the
No, I
listeners
don't
trying to
even
sleep,
get that. Like
right?
I try and I
I know
never
they ain't
do.
getting it. I know they're not getting 6 to 8 hours sleep. That was sweet and nose and touch the pad or if they triggered. Or if you're talking about a pink elephant. No, it exists, right? You need to focus. If the first thing you need to do when you think about managing your time now, I need you to prioritize your sleep.
Mhm.
If you struggle with all the other parts, let's start with the sleep. You know what time you have to get up in the morning. All of us know what time you have to get up in the morning. As moms, we know because there are some things
Mm-hmm.
kids have to do and they have to get to places in the morning. You know
Exactly.
what time your household needs to get running. So you know your wake up time. I want you to check between 6 to 8 hours. For those of you who have newborn babies, I usually try to get a maximum of 10 hours, especially because you're breastfeeding during the night, right? So, but apart from that, 6 to 8 hours. I want you to focus on the next six. What if your wake up time in the morning is at 6? Check back 6 to 8 hours. If you saying, well, Gil, I don't know if I can get 8 hours, try with 6. That is your bedtime. At
Yeah.
that time, absolutely nothing needs to be happening. If the wares have not been washed, you need to go to bed. Your
Hmm.
sleep is extremely important
I need
because
to do that.
if you do not sleep, if your body does not get the rested once, even when you do get up the very next day, you can't function as well. If you think about it, run down the whole night and let us say go to bed 1 in the morning, right? And then you wake up at 5. Think about how you
Yeah.
feel when you get up. You never get up
Mm-hmm.
well enough that you could
And
really,
how the rest of your day going go?
and then halfway through the day you're tired, you can't really do what you have
Mm-hmm.
to do. So let us prioritize sleeping. As moms, when you talk about you managing your time, get us 6 to 8 hours. If there is anything you take from me on this live, the first step I need you to do is determine when is your bedtime and when is your wake up time. And so when you've done that, you could now put your family in a routine that everybody is in before your bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
I usually say try to take an hour before your bedtime to just come down for the day,
Relax. Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if your bedtime is now 10, you know from 9 to 10 is your time to wind down. You cannot wind down when them churning your ears. So them churn bedtime, right? So them churn bedtime is 7:30 because we know when we send them in the bed, they had to come back out for water and then they
Yes.
remember a story to tell you and when and then I could and then and when and then okay. So I'm just saying,
Oh gosh.
identify your bedtime and your wake up time first. Stick to
Mm-hmm.
your bedtime. Whether if you have not done the laundry, if you have not cleaned up the kitchen, go to bed. It's okay. Go
Worry
to
about it the next day.
go to bed. You would start better with a better night rest than
That's
if you try
true.
to finish it. And even when you get up and you get up better in the morning, guess what end up happening? You might be able to tackle the kitchen before anybody gets up. Go to
That's so
bed.
true because think about it. If you get the lack of sleep, it's going to ruin your day. Then you have to come home and do the same thing that you'd have to do. And then when you do all of that and it just set you bad. It just set your day bad. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go
No, I
to
need to start trying to get more sleep for real.
yeah. So
I'm better at it now because working from home, I don't really have to wake up early unless like my fiance has to go into work. So
mm-hmm.
if we both work from home and so only my son have to go to daycare and we have to get to daycare by the latest. We can't him can't go through those doors after 9:15. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to be at daycare by at least
Right.
9:14.
Right.
So currently we will wake up like at 8. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then or some for me it's 7:45 sometimes just
Mm-hmm.
to have that time before so I can make his milk,
Right.
make him come down, drink him milk, and everything like that. So I kind of try to go to bed at 12, but sometimes I push it. My issue now I'm reining in that series watching after he goes to sleep. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, he's asleep. So
You could
let me
watch
go
a
watch something.
something.
And then we watch one, and then one turn to two, and then two turn into 1:30 in the morning, and you have to wake up I
I think
want the full 8. I can't be sick.
that may also happen. Is your son always consistent with his bedtime?
No.
That's why that happens. So you
Yeah,
binge watch because you don't know if tomorrow night you'll get to watch another episode
that's true.
because you don't
That's so
sleep go to
true.
bed.
Yeah,
So
I'm really jealous of people who sleep train and their kids, are on it. I need to get it together and just get it done because
give my mother used to give my friends and I go chamomile tea. I just put it out there. That is help. But anyhow, so what's up? Leave we boil that right. They'll be all right. They'll go to bed.
that helped him. South leaf helped him. No, that makes sense because my mother usually give it to him when he was in
Or your mother
Jamaica.
know the thing. She know the thing. These grandparents don't know it.
What?
Right? You make a nice
No.
cup. warm cup of sour something tea just before bedtime. Nah. Olia, don't quote me here, Olia. But I'm just saying, a lot of the habits we do the opposite. We actually build our life around the beat of our children, when we are really supposed to build the life for them.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like I see in Kathy, yes, it works. You see, Kathy know the thing is so substantial, right? Right? So you have to, somebody was saying earlier, I saw somebody talking about they can't go to bed if they know things are undone and they have things to get done. Let me tell you something. Nobody is more of a worrywart. I like things in an order. That's me. I just like, oh my God, I have to be able to, I know how to do this. I can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I had to train myself. It is no different for you. You have to train yourself to do that. That's just one step. One step is just the bedtime. And that's what I'm saying. If you work with me, I show you now how to do the rest of it. If you learn now, and when I say not multitasking, there's two different types of multitasking, right? So there is the mental multitasking and the physical multitasking, right? I struggle a lot with mental multitasking.
Yep.
Right? So, oh my God, I'm making something to eat here right now, and my mind is like, but did you take off the heater? But what about the blanket that was in the dryer? Oh yeah, don't forget to call back this person.
Exactly.
You know? So
and then at the end of it, I'm going to forget one.
Right.
I'm sure.
So I want you to also understand that if you are trying to learn something new, and if you're training to learn something new, understand it's not going to come easy. If you go into it with a negative mindset, but I just can't sleep without knowing things. However, if you think like that, it's going to be hard. Yeah. Take your time, take your babysit. You're not going to get to the first night. Come on, guys. We've been missing sleep for years now. We ain't going to get the sleep in one night. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's years we're missing the sleep all year. Right? Months.
And something good to mention is to, like, though we love the phone, you know, you can watch something to fall asleep. I won't say necessarily that the phones necessarily don't make us go to sleep. It's what you are looking at. So if you're giving yourself that, what would they say, dopamine on Instagram and Facebook, and you're doing all of that, that's different. Exactly. Exactly. I watch pimple popping videos on YouTube. Like, I literally, you have those videos where it's like half hours. Yeah, half hour, and like they sit down and they do a whole face. Like, this person has very bad acne, and they just take the time and they just go around. And trust me, after 15 minutes or so, I'm ready to pass out.
I can tell you what to put into bed too.
Mm-hmm. Silence.
Now that you're going to bed on time and you're winding down when you're supposed to.
That is true.
You will have time. You will have time for something to put you to bed.
And you know he's listening, so
okay.
This is a problem.
All right. If we know, you will not have problems. Okay? All right?
Rose Diamond said, I feel like it's not just that we ignore our partners, but for me, it's more so very hard to find that time to be intimate because my babies are always up at the time we want to get our freak on. LOL. And you said that's the truth. You have a 2-year-old plus a 9-month-old. The 9-month-old, I'm sure, is up more often.
Time. Yeah. Don't give a shit about you and what time of what you want to do.
Exactly. Stacia said, you guys skipping the main stress reliever.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. Right? Rose Diamond said, I get things done at night, but that's not working for me because currently my toddler feels the need to fight her sleep until 2 a.m. Yep. I think they have that. I think they naturally have that part of the thing that they just do that. Mm-hmm. Daphne says, OMG, I don't miss those days. I think she was probably talking like when they were younger. Fun Size Miss said, damn, me too. My daughter doesn't sleep. She doesn't take naps, and I have to fight with her at night. I get her down by 9:30. By then, I'm so exhausted I can't do anything. Me too. Guys, I feel so too.
We need to stop fighting with these children. Number one. Yeah. You need to stop fighting with these kids. Like, if Kelly is on, Kelly is always says she can't take what I said true because she finds gas of queen, right? She don't know. But I have a way with children like to be seen and they like to be heard. Let me tell you this. Children
Yeah.
like to be seen and they like to be heard. When I tell you to give everything its place, give your children quality time as well too. If you are consistent with it, there will be no need for them to fight you for extra time for anything else. Because when
True.
they have your undivided attention. Remember, I talk about not multitasking. So if
Mm-hmm.
you give them that quality time, somewhere I saw and somebody was doing an interview and they said the wonders it makes when you just sit with your child for 10 minutes and have a conversation with them, undivided.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty and the amazing thing that you could do with just that. If children see, okay, I know between 6 to 7, I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be like this for you guys. Every day between
Mm-hmm.
6 to 7, this is our time with mommy.
Mm-hmm.
And you are consistent with it. And while you're being consistent with it, okay, no, this is our time. You block it off. This is our time for us. This is just us. No distractions, nothing else, just you and I. You only get to be
Mm-hmm.
whoever you want, whatever they want you to do. That is
Mm-hmm.
your time with the child. But you have to be consistent because if you are not serious, they will not take you serious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so if
That's
you
true.
are consistent, giving them their time, they have a place. Give them their
Mm-hmm.
place and their time with you. You are consistent. Okay, this is your time. And then after your time, I have to get my time. And that means that you can't infringe on my time. It's okay, it's healthy to set boundaries with children. Nobody ever told us that. It's okay to set boundaries with children. If you set boundaries with them and you are consistent, guess what you are teaching them?
Mm-hmm.
You are also teaching them to create
To
boundaries.
set
That is
boundaries.
very
Yeah.
healthy. Right?
Yeah.
We feel like children always have to overrun your entire life all day, every day. No, they don't. Whether you become a mother or not, before you became a mother, your time was yours. Even after you become a mother, your time is still yours.
Mm-hmm.
Your time is still yours to manage it and spend it as you feel. So give your children the time that they need. Stop fighting with the children. I not fighting with no child out here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But what I'm saying too is give them their time. Children like to be seen and they like to be heard, right? The wonders you will see if you try for 1 week and you identify a specific time where you give this child undivided attention, but you also communicate, this is your time. This is
Yeah.
our time. Make it a big thing. It is our time. We're ready for our time. And you make it this big thing that they look forward to. When the time comes and the time is up, okay, all right, and you do it again the next day, and you do it. Kids do well with routine. So give
Yeah.
them their place, give them
Yeah.
their
Routine. Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not consistent and you don't stay true to your word, your children will not take you seriously. So that when you do say 7 p.m. is bedtime, and they don't take you seriously because you said 7 p.m. is bedtime last night, but then 8:30 I was up still. You know what I mean? Yeah, mommy just talking. Or if they feel, what I realize with them, a lot of them, when they try to have conversations with you, they probably feel like they didn't get to communicate with you. If you check back into the day, when did you give them undivided attention? They will see when you are also not very much engaged. You might be answering them, but they're not really engaged in the conversation. Give
Yeah.
them their time. You give them their time so you could have your time. Just be
That's true.
consistent
Like
with it.
I think I struggle with that too, where um focusing on like just sitting with him. I'll do it, sometimes I will definitely do it, but then you find yourself just picking up the phone and looking, then you're going down the rabbit hole, and then you're like, okay, I'm back. And then, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm really trying to work on that too, where we definitely have undivided attention, because I bought him like some puzzles, and it's for us to sit down and wait for him to figure out where that puzzle piece
Yeah,
going. That might take
yeah.
100 years, and then he will get frustrated, walk away, come back,
And you
and
go
then
and
he
come
might
back
just,
here.
exactly. So like,
And
yeah, I'm
it's a
definitely,
common thing. It's a real common thing. And I try just not for people to don't be too defensive when I say it. But the reason, most the number one excuse I just get is, girl, these children don't give me a chance. I don't have a chance to do nothing. They always, because you don't have any structure. I expect
hmm
them to have structure if you don't have any. you know,
yeah, exactly.
they'll mimic what you do, or you just be all over doing all over anything, anytime, anywhere, multitasking. So they go and do the same thing. you know? So you create a space where it is safe for you guys to have your healthy boundaries. Try not to multitask. When you're doing that time with the children, if you're really having a hard time with your children not respecting the time, you need to watch how you give them time. Maybe they need more. Children do that because they need attention. They need more attention. They need, and not just attention, but they need undivided attention. So
Yes.
give them
Yes.
their time, their space, specifically toddlers, right?
Yes. Yes.
Specifically toddlers. And then at the end of your time that you spend with them, tell them we're going to do this again tomorrow. Same time, same place. So they look forward to it. Be
Yeah.
consistent. You keep showing up, and you'll see before you know it. It's the same way we teach them the alphabet, numbers,
I'm
all the
going to try.
same.
I'm really going to make an effort because like my son is at that stage now where he's he was always understanding more, but now he's vocal about it. He's very expressive about it, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try more, especially with the sleep. The sleep and him with his like that undivided attention after work.
Mm.
Because sometimes I think my mind goes to the point where, oh my God, maybe I need to just give him like a full hour or a full half hour, and then I'm like, but I need to cook and I need to do this and I'm thinking about everything. So
Yeah,
eventually it just does not happen
happen. Yeah,
because I just thought about it and then it just made me exhausted. So it's like, okay, it
yeah,
will not happen again. And that's that.
yeah.
But,
But just take it
but
step by step. I
mhm.
hope I help somebody.
No, you help a lot of us. Like the
Yeah.
comments, I'm not sure if you go through the comments, but like definitely a lot of people saying that you help them because the sleep thing is a big thing for
Mm-hmm.
everybody, I realize. And
Yeah.
then I see some people laughing about the intimacy, so I know it
All
knock
the
on some
dice,
people's
all they
doors.
have all their own Nyquil line down next door in the night conversation. Hmm. Remember, I said that. Right?
All right. So say Rosamond, say you help me. So
Mm.
I'm gonna wrap up because I just realized that we're gone over the time. But time
Oh,
flies when you're having fun.
sorry.
No, that is fun. Time flies when you're having fun. And I won't edit this. This will just go right back up
That's
as
it.
we're finished. Fun size Mill say you helped a lot. Thanks for the info. I
I'm
needed
happy
it.
that I did. And you all
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
free to message me. Like when you guys try it, I'm
Exactly.
big on trying to get feedback from you guys because I'm very accessible in terms of like I message back on Instagram, right? So if you try it, message me and say, Gil, it worked, it didn't work, or struggling with this. I am also very much available to you guys to help out because that's what I really wanted to do. Really help moms just like me to read. There's a very specific thing that we need help with. And so
So if you guys, 1 second, Rochelle was saying share your page, Ayanna. So guys, if you click on the Mama Mondays up top with that down arrow, you're gonna see my name and you're gonna see your efficiency coach. That's Ayanna. You guys can follow her there. Her page is your underscore efficiency underscore coach.
yes,
So you guys can follow her there and get book a
yes,
session.
yes, I
Get
always
more
posting.
info. I've definitely been looking at your page from the other day, and
Mm,
I'm like, I need to book a session with you because I really think it will help. Like I do have a problem with my time management, and every time I think that I'm getting in control of it, I lose control of it. So
it just goes downhill from there.
exactly. All right, I want to do two either or, this or that with you, but I'm trying to find one that makes sense. Um, would you rather have your guests see a filthy toilet or a filthy kitchen?
A filthy kitchen.
Yes, me too. Yeah, because a filthy toilet is like, we haven't put my mind. Would you rather be stuck in a room with a teething baby or a hormonal teenager for a week? Be stuck in a room, can't come out
A hormonal teenager.
because you can tell her to shut up or
I could slap her. All hormones
uh, would you rather clean your home with a vacuum cleaner with a head the size of your thumb or scrub the bathroom with cotton swabs?
I'll have to take the vacuum cleaning.
Size of your thumb, yeah.
But it's all right. I'm gonna take my time because the way the bathroom
The
set up
cotton
that
swab
cotton
in the
is
bath.
problem. I ain't gonna do nothing. Nothing I gonna get done. That bathroom that I
Yeah, I would just give up. I could not. I literally could not. But that is it for tonight, guys. And I thank you so much, Ayanna, for coming on. This was
Yes.
an awesome session because this helped me and it helped a lot of the ladies too. So, guys, remember to follow Ayanna's page and book a session because
Yes.
she's really dropping gems.
I
She's
also have
dropping
something
gems.
really special coming up too. I'm about to launch my planner for 2022,
Okay.
specifically for busy moms. Right now I have it on pre-order at a pre-order price. I only have 10 persons that I'm giving that pre-order price for, actually 7 as of now.
Okay.
So if they click the link on my page, you will see where you could go pre-order that planner. The planner is for every week, every month, and of the year of 2022. You can set out your goals based on how I teach you to manage your time and how to prioritize your task. I have a free blueprint if you are struggling with understanding what order of things should happen in your day. That blueprint will help you, but I've infused it in the planner as well too. And it comes
Okay.
with a video tutorial on how to use the planner, because if you are anything like me, which you are, and I'll call you all out on it, you'll have
Mhm.
bought planners and used it up until February. Okay? Right. I'm calling you all out because you guys are, I am you guys. Okay?
Oh
So
my God,
if
that
they
is
want that,
me.
they can also get that. Look out for that. It will launch soon. If you want to save a couple dollars, you could actually go
And I
for
think
the
the other
pre-order.
problem is too, some of us don't know how to use planners.
That's why it comes with a tutorial video. My planner
Okay,
comes with a
good.
tutorial video, shows you exactly how to use it. And so that even if you do falter somewhere and you're going into the new month and you want to make sure you use it right again for the next month, you could go back, watch your video, and
Okay.
to maximize it as best as you could. There is
Okay, that sounds like it's for me. That
there's
it
a
really does
journal
sound
part
like
of
it's
it as well too, because let's be real, when you're busy, things just come in your head that you need to do. You don't have the time to put it in the order that you should. There is a part of it you just jot it down,
hmm
right? So that also comes with the planner, that you don't have to put it everything in this format because we are very busy. So
Yeah, no, true.
yeah, so it's really created for us moms in mind. So I do hope that you guys jump in on it, because it will be really good to help you. For all you who like me, and January month is kind of nice, and February is nothing, and the book just did take of dust, right? This planner.
Listen, I have one from 2020. It went up until April.
You
Good
went
for
back.
me.
You
And
went.
then everything else is just like decorated pages. And that planner was so freaking expensive. And I wasted it.
Yeah. So
But Ayana, thank you so much for being
thank
here
you for
tonight.
having
This
me.
was a wonderful session, a wonderful, wonderful session. I found out some things that I needed to know, things I need to try to do, that I need to start doing. And at least you brought me a bit closer to
Being
getting
there.
there. So I need now to book a session so I can get all the way there. And
That's right. Yes.
yeah. Security Camp said, thanks, Ayana. Yes,
No
guys, drop a thanks,
problem, my dear.
Ayana. Make
No
sure you know.
problem. I'm sure most of you who came on did not think you had time management problems. You thought something else. What is that? Thank you so much again, Natalya,
Oh,
for having me.
God.
It was wonderful. I had a really good session today with you guys.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Chrissy Camp said, thanks, Mama Mondays for the free Monday night therapy. Yes, yes, yes. It's really working out well for even me. It helps me because, as I said, it makes us realize that we're really not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times we
Yeah.
think we are alone, but we are really not alone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this music, this janky music I'm trying to play is not playing, so I guess we're just gonna end the live. It's just stressing me out. Oh my God. I am sick, but still working time for this life. Oh,
Yeah.
Cupcake. I hope you feel
I hope
better
you
soon,
feel
girl.
better.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
And he
said.
said, book a session so Ayana can slap, you know. Yeah, no,
Okay.
me need that slap. I need that slap because, boy, I need to wake up out of some of these,
Yes, yes.
mystery that I'm in. But yes, Ayana, thank you so much, girl,
No
and
problem,
have a
man.
lovely night. What time is it over there in Alberta?
It is 20 past 7 here.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you still have some time in the night to profit. this music, it's really okay. Okay, guys.
Guys, bye
Good
bye.
night. Yeah. Have a good night, guys. Bye.